Hello there, YouTube. I did a video a few days ago and did a column this morning for the Sun-Times about the possibility of using foldable pocket keyboards with the new iPhone 6 Plus. I did not have the benefit when I did that earlier video of actually having the iPhone 6 Plus in front of me, so I thought it'd be a good idea to show you what it actually looks like in operation. This is the iWerkz folding Bluetooth keyboard. You can get it for about $40 on Amazon in the US store. I had tried this with other computers last week when I first got it, and even a couple of phones. So this is my first time, literally my first time actually using it with the iPhone 6. And what you're seeing here is me actually writing the last 400 to 500 words of this morning's Sun-Times column with this setup. And I gotta say, it really works great. It's too early to say whether or not this lives up to everything I hope the excuse me, look at me, about to call this an iPad. The iPhone 6 Plus could be as like sort of a portable field computer, portable writing tool, but wow, was it a good debut. You would think that the size of the keyboard and that hinge gap in the middle would be a big problem. Really, my hands got used to it very, very quickly. The only hang-up I actually hit was on this particular keyboard, the caps lock key is right next to the letter A, so sometimes early on in the first minute or two, I would be, unfortunately, hitting caps lock and then have to back up and delete all the stuff that I had accidentally capitalized. But otherwise, you really get used to it very, very quickly. The other hang-up is the same hang-up you have when you're using a Bluetooth keyboard with an iPad, which is that anytime that you want to really scroll or move a mouse, there is no mouse, so you might have to take your hands off the keyboard to actually use the touchscreen. But even that isn't a big hang-up because it does work with arrow keys and option keys and that sort of stuff too, so you can easily navigate just with the keyboard itself. So unless you're doing something terribly complicated that involves placing graphics and stuff like that, this is perfectly fine. It really does live up to an ideal that I've been hoping for, because there's so many times when I'm out the door, I really just have to take one meeting or do one piece of research, spend maybe 1 hour writing 800 words to 1,000 words, and that's really it. But I have to toss my iPad into a bag and a keyboard into my bag because that's the smallest thing I have, and it still requires a bag. This setup is both useful enough and sturdy enough that I can just toss these things into a pants pocket, really, and just walk out the door with, you know, nothing in my hands, nothing across my shoulders. So that's a really, really big and powerful deal. So the iWerkz keyboard works great. The setup is great. The point I want to make is that I'm not thinking, as I have with previous phones, that, wow, isn't it incredible? I'm actually writing using a phone. This is amazing. The screen is just big enough while still being pocketable that I can just focus on what I'm writing. So that's a big, big win. I really expect big things from the iPhone 6 Plus in the future, and I'm going to keep experimenting with it even further. Hopefully there'll be some better foldable keyboards in the future, but this one is perfectly good. And for a first day, wow, did it really underscored my hopes that this would turn into sort of an iPad Nano in terms of function. So good first day. I encourage you to check out this setup on your own. Thanks for watching.